Hey, welcome back to Undefined Therapy, and today we're talking about dysfunctional families again. I'm gonna kick off this by starting with telling you characteristics of a dysfunctional family. I already did a video on the dysfunctional roles, and people have a lot of questions about it, so I wanted to follow up with some more videos to get that information out to you, and that's what we're gonna talk about today, dysfunctional families. So before we get started talking about those, if this is your first time finding this video and this channel, then I definitely want to encourage you to hit the subscribe button. I make mental health videos and I post them 2 to 3 times a week. So definitely think about joining. So now we're going to talk about these characteristics. Number 1 is controlling. Now in a dysfunctional family, one or both of the parents, it could be either. They are so controlling. They're making all the decisions for your life. They are afraid that if you become independent or you start making these decisions, you'll abandon them. So often it's a generational thing as well. So it starts somewhere. Like dysfunctional families start somewhere, either with one parent or both parents. So the controlling comes from them not wanting you to leave them, or for them feeling better about themselves if they feel like they're useful by making all the decisions in your life. Number 2 is abuse. This could be verbally, emotionally, or physically. Typically it's done by the parent to the child or from a spouse to another, but abuse is occurring within the home. And when you grow up in a home that has abuse there, insecurity, isolation are some of the common traits that come from children who come from abusive homes. Another one is poor communication. So in a dysfunctional family, the communication is almost non-existent. Like at a minimum, maybe people are talking, but it's not healthy communication. There's yelling, there's cursing, there's fussing, there's avoiding. There's always this underlying kind of like elephant always in the room that you don't address. So poor communication is a big characteristic of dysfunctional family. Emotional support is almost non-existent. Parents are either neglecting, they're busy, they just doing them. Maybe it's because of addiction or work jobs, but emotional support is not there. So feelings aren't often talked about, which goes along with the poor communication skills. And so oftentimes you're left with everybody just like, okay, I have this feeling, but I don't know what to do. So I'm just gonna keep it within myself. So lack of emotional support, empathy, what is that? That doesn't happen. Perfectionism happens in dysfunctional families. You're like, wait, what? Like, hold on. My family wanted me to do good. Does that mean that we are dysfunctional? No, there's just one thing to do good and want the best for them. But another is to put so much pressure on them that they need to meet this expectation. Failure is not an option. And if they do, you are dogging them. You are on them like white on rice. I mean, it is not an option. They fear getting a B. They fear not doing well or exceeding your expectations. So the perfectionism is very different than wanting the best for your child. They're unrealistic expectations. They'll fear all the time from letting them down, and they let you know, and they're like in just a nasty way because you don't succeed. That's unhealthy. And lastly, they're over possessive. This is this person who keeps their child or spouse glued to them like they are, joined at the hip, where they don't want their child or their spouse to talk to anybody. You can't talk to nobody. I'm your only friend. It starts and ends with me. You don't go to other places. You don't mingle with people. They don't want that. You are a personal object to them. You are not a human being. You are not somebody who has thoughts and feelings. You are what I say you are. So that's where it becomes over possessive. So there you have it. That was 6 characteristics of a dysfunctional family. I genuinely don't want you to only trust me. Do your research, learn about your family so that you can see the family that you want to create, so that you'll be responsible and better aware when you go back to that family. You're like, okay, I know what it is. I'm not going to let this tear me down anymore. I know what it is, and I'm going to be prepared, develop coping skills to take care of myself in this situation. And that's what you can do. But awareness is key. So I encourage you to check out my other videos on dysfunctional families. I've made one on the dysfunctional roles, and I've also made one on the signs that you may have grown up. So that's from the perspective of you as a child who are now an adult looking back. And so that also may give you some insight and perspective of what's going on with your family, and if you kind of need to start taking some steps to help yourself. If you found this video helpful, then I want to encourage you to give me the like button. Don't forget to subscribe here to Undefined Therapy before you head on out of here. I love creating mental health videos, and I'd love for you to join me and see me next time.